Hey, it's Michelle with Submit With First, and today I want to show you the Editable teacher planner that you can completely customize to fit the needs of you and your class. I'm going to put the link in the description below where you can find this in my store, but it comes with over 90 covers that you can choose from, different themes, and over 600 pages for the inside. So for example, this is mine that I use every single day. And then this is one that I made as an example to show y'all that we'll go through. Other cover examples that I made. So there's like a smiley face, retro theme, there's checkered, there's school theme, rainbow, boho, black and white, stripes, and then this is another kind of like a groovy smiley face theme. So there's lots of different themes to fit your personality style or the decor in your classroom. Then you can print a back cover and put it on the back of your planner, so that way you've got it on the front and the back. If you want to set yours up with these discs, so the most common question I get on social media is, what disc did you use? So I prefer the Happy Planner disc, and you can find these at Michael's or in my Amazon storefront, and they come in two different sizes. So my personal planner, I have the expander disc, and then the example planner that I'm going to show you has the medium disc. So medium disc are just a little bit smaller than the expander disc. So for size reference, this is the expander or the large disc, and then this is the medium size disc. I prefer the expander disc because you're going to be adding to your planner all year long. So that way you've got room to grow. You're a little bit more limited with space on the medium size disc. So you can get the Happy Planner disc. There's also other brands that you could get. Like I found these on Amazon, and these are the 1.5, which is the big size, the expander size. And then you're also going to get the Happy Planner hole punch. So this is if you want to use the Happy Planner disc. You can set this planner up in just a regular standard binder if you want to do it that way. I prefer to use the disc. That way you can tear the sheets out and put the sheets back in as you're using them and not using them throughout the school year. So you want to get the Happy Planner hole punch. This is the 11 hole punch. The 11 hole punch is going to fit a full size page, and that's what you want. Those are the things that you're gonna need. Again, if you want to set this up in a binder, then you can just print these pages off and put them in a standard 1 inch or 1.5 inch or 3 inch binder, whatever you want. After you pick your cover that you want, you're going to type in the editable box. You can put your own fonts in here. You can change the font color. I have all the step-by-step directions included in the resource. I have the directions in written form, and then I also have the directions in video form. So that comes with the download when you purchase this planner. You'll get both formats of the directions. So after you print your cover, you're going to laminate it. I use my trusty old Scotch laminator. This I bought at Target probably 10, 15 years ago. It is amazing. It has held up great. I know that they have a newer version now. This is what I highly recommend. And then you can just you can just carry this and take it into your classroom with you if you want to. And then the sheets that I use are just the Scotch, goodness, this is heavy. The Scotch laminating sheets, and I buy them in bulk on Amazon. That way I've got plenty. But you don't have to buy in bulk. You can buy the smaller set at Target. Okay, so this is a look at what the hole punch actually looks like. So it's just it looks like a regular hole punch, and that's how it works. It just works like a regular one. Okay, so after you print your cover sheet, and then all of your inside pages that you want, again, you can type on these. There's some with clip art, some without clip art, some with preset like titles up here where it's already typed out for you, and then there's blank ones. So the inside pages, there's over 600 of them. So there's plenty for you to choose from. There's calendars, there's lesson plans, there's center planning, student sheets, There's procedure sheets, sign-in forms, grading sheets like grade book sheets, meetings. There's plain sheets with lines. It is loaded for y'all. And then also you can edit the tabs. So all of these tabs come in a set type box where all you're gonna do is just go in and type the word that you want on it. And then you're also gonna get the option of a two-sided tab or a one-sided tab, like up here. So you get to choose how you want that to be on your planner. Also, the tabs come in all different colors. So you can pick whatever colors you want to go with your cover sheet. After you print your tabs, you are just going to, I'm gonna show you real quick. So after you print your tabs, you will want to cut them out all individually, then laminate them, cut them again, and then put them on your planner. That's what I have found to be the easiest way to do that. It kind of helps prevent the laminating from popping off. And then you're just simply gonna fold it and tape it onto your divider page or your cover page for that subject area. Okay, so I've got my cover page, and then on the inside, these are just some examples. I did not print all 600 pages of the inside pages. I just wanted to show y'all a few examples. So like, for example, this is class list. It comes with different options here for how many kids are in your classroom. And then these sheets also come with different layout options. And then for calendar, again, you can just type in what you want your divider page to say, print it out, laminate it. And I like to print my cover sheet out on cardstock paper. So all of my cover sheets and divider sheets are card. And what I like about the calendars is that you can type in the boxes or you can hand write the dates. So like, for example, this one, I hand wrote the dates. And then to work smarter and not harder, you can print your calendar. So this is a different layout option for the calendar, but you can print your calendar, and let's say you send home a monthly snack calendar. Then you can just use that same calendar and print it off. That way you're not having to buy multiple things. It's all included in this planner. You could type in maybe some suggested snacks that you want, some reminders. You could even type the dates in or type the students' names in. And then up here, I just added snack calendar to it. Another way that you can use the calendars, this one I just printed and put it on the back of the newsletter. You're gonna get newsletters when you download the resource. And they're all editable, so you can type in your grade level. There's some with preset grade levels on here. There's some with just plain boxes, so you can type in the headers. And then you can also type in like what you're learning, words to know, and that sort of thing. So you can type on these or you can handwrite. So another way to use the calendar is for important dates. So I would just copy this on the back of the newsletter, send this home. So my families have all of our important dates. Let's say we've got a snow cone day or something like that that I want my families to know about. They can hang that up on their fridge. And they've got everything right there in front of them. Okay, so that is an example of the calendars. And then lesson plans. Now I did not print off all the lesson plans. I just printed off a few to show you some examples of some. Again, this is packed with options. So like this is an example of first day plans. There's one that has the pre-typed up here, first day plans, one that's just blank, and you can type your own thing. You can type in the boxes. And then this is an example of daily schedule. Again, comes with multiple options. Here's an example of an alternate student schedule, weekly checklist, this week, weekly task. Maybe every Monday you make copies. Every Wednesday you have your team planning. That's what I would use this for. And I could just print this out, have it in my planner or on my desk, and it's right there in front of me, so I know what I've got going each day of the week. Here's another example of the newsletter and how I would use it. I would put this with my lesson plans, and then on the back of that newsletter, I would copy my lesson plans. So here's an example of a lesson plan format. Again, this is loaded with different options, different amounts of subjects. Maybe you would prefer to do your lesson plans like this, where you just type in your subject over here, and you've got it all right there in front of you for the week. You can print these off to look like a book format like this, or you can just print them one page like this. It's totally up to you on how you want to do this. So here's another example of some lesson plans. This one has a spot for your time, so maybe you have to put what time you're doing that subject. And two, what I like about this is, let's say you have to turn these into your admin every week. You can just tear this out, make a copy, turn it in, and then pop it back in your planner. And then next year, when you're doing your lesson plans, you've got a reference. So you can go back and look and see, okay, what was I doing the first week of school last year? And you've got everything in here at your fingertips. Let's say maybe you're a reading specialist teacher and you've got, your morning groups, your afternoon groups, or you've got group 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can use this to kind of plan out your groups. Another example of groups. And there's just so many. Again, I did not print every single one because this video would be all day long. So I just printed out a few because I wanted to give y'all an idea of all the different options. Okay, this is like a curriculum map cover. So again, you just type in what you want. And what I would do is whenever your district provides your curriculum map, or maybe your team comes up with it, print it out and then just pop it in here. And then you've got student info. And I like that I can incorporate a bunch of different themes into my planner. So it's not all the same theme. You have that option too, because again, you're customizing this for you. So we've got student info. Put this out on the teacher night, and your families are gonna fill this in as they're checking in. So it's like a check-in sheet and a first day transportation sheet all in one. So again, you're working smarter, not harder. You've got one page instead of a million different forms to keep up with. Put a little sticky note on it to tell families, hey, use this as you sign in, and tell me how your student's gonna be going home on the first day of school. What are they gonna be having for lunch? And then in the notes section, they can put what the bus number is. This is a different form for how we go home. This would be for the entire school year. You can make a copy of this and put it in your sub binder. Again, you're working smarter, not harder. Got one sheet, making a copy of it, tear it out to make a copy of it, and then just pop it back in there. And you've got everything ready to go. Student passwords. So here's one option. Here's another option. And what I would do with this is I would fill this out with all my student passwords, and then I would tear it out, make a copy of it, and laminate it, put it on a ring, and then hang this in your media area or computer area, iPad area, and your students can just grab this off the wall and they've got all of their passwords right here at their fingertips. So again, I know I keep saying it, but you're working smarter, not harder. You're using one form for multiple purposes. A student health form, again, this would be something great to have at your fingertips in your planner, and then also available in the sub binder. Another student page, student services, interventions. Here's a field trip form. You can fill this out when you go on your field trip, put it in your planner, put your planner in your backpack, and you've got everything right here in one spot. You're not having to take an additional folder or anything like that. It's all here for you in one spot. And then what I would do is I would just paper clip all the money on the back, or the little permission slips or something like that. Just keep those there on the back. Here's an example of a student information sheet. Again, these come with different options. But what I would do is I would use the one-sided tabs and put my students' numbers up here instead of their names, have their class numbers up here, and then tape that to the student information sheet. This is a form that I would send home on Meet the Teacher, and they would bring it back. I would put it in my planner, hole punch it, put it in my planner, and then whenever I'm going into an ARD meeting or an IEP meeting or I'm meeting with a parent, I can just flip to that student's number and I have everything for that student behind that. And then I have their IEP form. The next tab would be standards. And then here's grading. And I just printed off a couple of these as an example. You can type in these if you want, or you can just handwrite. You could use these check sheets for pretty much anything that you wanted to. You can customize them. You don't have to use them just for grades. Next one I have is meetings, and I changed this one to like a checkered one just to mix it up again. And then I just printed off important dates. So that way when I go into any meeting for my district and they mention a date, or they say we're gonna have field day in May on this date, I can just jot that down real quick. So I've got it right here in front of me. And then there's also lots of different like note-taking pages included. There's lines, there's blank ones, there's like brain dump papers, there's planning pages. It is loaded with stuff. And something else I wanted to show you is there's also, maybe you want to do a tab that says My Stuff, and you could keep all of your passwords and stuff back here. So there is a My Password page for you, for your personal passwords. You could also do one for professional development, and you could keep up with all of your PD hours. There's a form for that where you can keep track of your hours. And then you could just add anything you wanted to on here. Also, I wanted to show you that in my Amazon storefront, I have these pockets. You can put these in your planner. And what I like to do is, like, if I have a receipt or maybe a student has a note or something, you could pop that receipt or that note into that pocket and you've got it in here in your planner. I have been working on this for forever. I just love this planner so much. I use it every single day. But if you haven't, please like and subscribe to Smitten with First, and I will see y'all next time.